Alright, hello everybody, Skyrain here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. It's been a little while. I've been farming essences like crazy, trying to get builds made and etc. That's still in the works, so sorry for that. I'm still using a lot of the old tried and true builds for now, and they still are, in some aspects, as far as PvE goes, far and above any of the newer essences that could be expected, but the purpose of this video is going to be multiple folds, I guess. First and foremost, let's go ahead and start with... Now, I already finished it again this week myself, so forgive me for not having it shown on here. But, Survivor's Bane. Survivor's Bane. I would definitely take advantage of this again. All the events came back at the reset of this week. You still have a couple more days as of this recording to get in on this, to complete. You have to do 15 runs total to get all the event tokens that you can for the event center. This one capped out here as of last week. Hold on a minute, let me remove the skull. Yeah, as of last week, I had capped it out and it was 44 tokens. So basically, I think you get an additional 44 tokens on top of that, since it reset and all the things are available to do again. If you haven't already, if you have, kudos. This is just a reminder to make sure you get in on that, because with their track record, as of late especially, especially with their track record as far as the devs are concerned, anything could bug out at any time, as it has in the past when referring to these event centers. So take advantage anytime you get the events that you really like, especially because Trial of Hordes is coming up again. I have zero interest in that one. I might actually have to force myself to do some of it this time around to get some tokens, just to give myself a little bit of padding, because I don't want to say I guarantee, but more than likely the ones later down the list might bug out again and we won't get credit for a lot of those tokens. So if you really want to get this list, or if you just really want to knock this list out as fast as possible, get your tokens in as fast as you can, yeah, that's pretty much the way to go. So I went and did, obviously, Survivor's Bane again and got all the stuff there, and I obviously got more tokens out of it, so definitely take advantage of it. It's worth doing. I also unlocked the boss rush, which is a lot of fun. There's a couple of hidden bosses that they threw in that you don't normally see, and I enjoyed it. It was quite a fun experience, and let me go ahead and play. This isn't a boss rush run here, but I at least want to play this so that you can see some of... Hold on a minute, let me bring it up on the screen. Some of the stuff in action while I continue to discuss some other topics here. So I just wanted to get that knocked out of the way because we'll bullet point it. Before I start this video, though, I'm going to go... Well, actually, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it, so... It's not that long of a video clip. It's only about 3 minutes. So, while this is going on, you can see the craziness that can be. This one has projectiles. Amount of projectiles increased by like 200%. I really like that one when you can get it. You don't get it every time, but it's a lot of fun when you do, and it makes it hard, though, to plan ahead, because I was like, oh man, I love that. I love that gear. It's a part of the gear that you get in there, so you really have to make sure you get that early on, and then you can decide, okay, I'm taking all the projectile skills that I can get, and it's a lot of fun, but you don't always get that. So this run, fortunately enough, I got a little bit of both. Anyway, but what I'm going to continue to discuss here is the state of play of the game. I'm also going to sprinkle in a couple of things along the way with discussions about terror rifts. There's a little thing in the codex that I've seen a video on, and I'm going to accentuate that fact. I haven't been able to fully run it and test it out myself, but I have heard from other clan mates that it does work. So I will continue to talk about that a little bit later on here. And I say a little bit later on because I'm doing this on purpose for those of you that want to stick around. And for those of you that just want to, get in, see what is at the very start of the video and dip, then so be it. Whether you miss out, you miss out. So, but yeah, I'm just going to let this video play out here. Again, this is mostly pertaining to Survivor's Bane, first and foremost. And then I got some other things I want to talk about with Terra Rifts and the little codex thing that we can get. So I look forward to getting that myself, but it also sheds a light negativity on Blizz and NetEase as far as like the poor translation they have between each other. Still, obviously, in their patch notes between global and the Chinese patch notes, which they don't sync up. Never really trust the global ones anymore, sadly, because, well, Blizzard's just terrible at doing translations. They refuse to get anybody to actually, you know, do the translations properly for them, and that's on them. No surprise on their part, because that's just how they operate and continue to operate. But okay, as you can see here, though, in this video, we've got the skills I was using, and then we've got, yeah, the skills I was using and the buffs I got. I got the two good buffs in their extra skill slot, which is always a lot of fun. Now there we go. Here's the gear. Projectile count increased by 200%. That one's crazy fun. Crazy fun when you get the when you get it anyway. It maxes out at 200%, but that's just crazy fun, especially with magic missile. All the projectile abilities basically are just amped up. Then area effect skill duration's nice. Let's see, damage. Let's see. Melee range increased by 50%. That one's really awesome with Whirlwind. That one's a lot of fun with Whirlwind and even Squall, since they added it into the game. But there you go. That's that run for Survivor's Bane. I just want to show a clip of that while I was discussing some other things. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, moving on to the next topic here. And I'm doing this on purpose in this video to see who sticks around. So if you do, you're a real one. I appreciate you, and let me know down in the just let me know down in the comments. I don't know. Let's think of a funny word, huh? Goblin. Let's just say goblin in the comments that you to let me know that you made it this far, and don't say anything else. Other than that, like I said, I'll appreciate every one of you for doing so, and then the rest of the people will be like, "What the fuck?" So yeah. But anyway, getting to the next topic of Terra Rifts here. I'm gonna two-part this video basically, but I'm not gonna say that in the thumbnail, which is a little ploy here on purpose. Terra Essences. It's in the Codex. This was listed in the patch notes, I guess, but I like glossed over it because anymore, who knows? It's a crapshoot. With how they operate. They got a lot of speaking of, they got a lot of bug fixes that they need to address, and I think obviously in some of the videos I've seen and overall feel, yeah, things are on fire with Blizzies right now, and because a lot of people are pissed, and rightfully so, and I'm one of them. Fortunately, I didn't have quite so many bug issues as some of these other people that are the really bad ones. Well, I take that back. The Immortal bug issue is Immortal Rite of Exile fight issue is a serious problem. And that's all on the developers. That's all on their end. That's all their fault that they need to hone up to and fully address and fix. There's no excuse for that whatsoever. Okay, I got that out of the way. Terra Essences. In the patch notes, supposedly, the global one said, oh, you can consume 10 of these a day. That's incorrect. The Chinese patch notes said you can consume 10 of these per week. And you are supposedly to get a guaranteed triple legendary item. And it also has, I think, the affixes from a Terra Rift on it, the Eternal Gears. Couple clanmates have confirmed that. We just had this conversation actually, which is the other reason that made me want to do this video even more and confirmed it for me. I did watch another video where they did explain this and they tested it out in their video as well. So I'm pretty sure that it is pretty much confirmed. I have enough Terra Essences. I'm gonna go ahead and start just running Hellslayer bounties because I got a lot of bounties to burn. So I'm just gonna run mine that way. Oblivion pillars are another way to go, but you know, it's still whatever. Basically, you're probably not going to see anything in those drops because RNG is still terrible in them, but at least this way you're getting a guaranteed one. The only bad thing is, yeah, it's only per week, which of course is another form of time gating, which is no surprise there. We're used to that kind of nonsense by now, but it makes it kind of bad because you want to get these as soon as possible so you can get those Eternal Gear essences to stack if you get something that you actually like, which is few and far between. Aside from if you're a Tempest. Tempest, they've gotten everything boosted to the moon and continue to get everything boosted to the moon, along with the Terra Essences and some of the new magic affixes that they added in general to our legendary gears. Of course, for Tempest, are insanely stupid broken. So I don't know why they continue to go down that route. They haven't learned, obviously. They are very short-sighted as far as their development ideas seem to go. Very short-sighted. There's no long-term approach here. I think they just say, like, well, if nobody likes this, then we're just gonna, let everything burn and move on to the next project, which I'm getting that kind of impression more so now the further this gets in. However, it's like, look, this is the 2-year anniversary. You guys made a hell of a lot of money off of this, off of a lot of people. You need to show a better, better show of faith towards the player base than what they have, considering all things. And I don't know, a lot of the whales were disappointed by this too, and I honestly don't blame them. But of course, that's who NetEase and them should be really catering to more so, which they kind of did with the Essence, the Resonance bit, whatever else. Now we're getting into another topic, but nonetheless, if you want to stay around at this point and are still here, I appreciate you some more, just to kind of hear me out in this, because there's a lot to kind of get out here, and I've kind of done a bunch of re-recordings, and I didn't know what to think about this, and I'm like, oh, this video's too long, blah blah blah. But no, at this point, it needs to be addressed. I need to get my thoughts out here on this kind of stuff. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not. It isn't. There's obviously the pain points that are always going to be in every game in existence, in creation, all the time. But as far as this one goes right now, it is in kind of a, it's in rough shape with a lot of things. And bottom line is, they need to just put the brakes on the content patches. Well, aside from the story one that I think they've already had done, they're just waiting to release it for whatever reason. They just need to put that one out already because I want to continue the story. But as far as everything else goes, it's like, hold off on new content, hold off on all this other stuff, fix the bugs that we've had all this time. And people in Reddit are also screaming about that too. And I'm like, okay, I see that there's more of a obviously overwhelming agreement now, starting to finally, people are just to the breaking point of frustrated and say, fix the game first before you do anything else, before you add anything else. And I'm worried about the fact that I don't know if NetEase is capable of fixing it, because they should have by now. But their MO is just kind of push on, push on, push on, don't look back, sweep it under the rug. However, that rug has now turned, gradually built up into a molehill, and has now become a fucking mountain. So then there's some that they just cannot avoid anymore, and they have to be addressed. Like I said again, the Rite of Exile one for the Immortal getting taken out in a second. That one is terrible. If you haven't seen that already, just look it up. There's a video of it out there. On subreddit, of course, is one place, but other people have also posted it in their videos and basically ripped the content off, but whatever. So there's that. So take that for what you will, but anyway, okay, so there's that. Now, still going on, back to Terra Rifts one more time. As far as Wizard is concerned, I did a Terra Rift recently. I was hoping against hope, because they had in the bug fix section saying, oh, we fixed the Wizard, the crystalline shadow shoulder pieces with the armor, the armor beam break that follows you around. Oh, we fixed it so it works in Terra Rifts like it's supposed to. Bullshit. I just ran one not that long ago, and it works inside the Terra Rifts, yes and no. It works inside the regular part of the Terra Rifts, as per usual. That was working before. So, yeah, it's one of those false truth kind of things. And anytime whenever it comes to Blizzard posting anything, now this is talking about Blizzard now, not NetEase, but a little bit of both. Anytime Blizzard posts this kind of stuff, I hear Tell Me Lies song. So go ahead and break that out, play that in the background whenever you're reading through the global patch notes, and get a good laugh out of it, and put that on repeat, because that pretty much applies to most of what they've done anymore. Anyway, side tangent there, but back to this. I usually run the Crystalline Shadow and the Disintegrate Pants, so it's 100% uptime. It works inside the Terra Rift, but it does not work. It still does not work. Still does not work on each of the Spire fights inside the Terra Rift. It still does not work. Still lies. Still does not work. So, I still have to resort to this separate one I made down here for all Spires for a reason, because the Oblivion Pillars and the Hellslayer Bounties and the Spires inside the Terra Rifts. That's what this build is all about. I still have to run this one, which has the Thunderous Applause pants on with the Meteor Damage Increase essence. And that's the only change. You're running Meteor instead of Disintegrate. It works out still pretty effectively, pretty well. Not going to complain about that. I'm just going to continue to complain about the fact that they say, oh yeah, we fixed the bug. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Stop lying. You don't play the game enough. You don't play your own games enough to make those kind of statements. And it's just a sham. It's a shame. On all accounts. But anyway, all right. Now this is where I'm going to wrap things up here. Again, one more time. Let's recap at the end here. Well, who knows? People could skip all the way to the end of the video and be like, what else did they talk about? It's kind of long. Well, here we are. Welcome back if you decided to do that. Terra Rifts, do the thing. Use the 10 Terra Essences. Get your guaranteed triple per week, mind you. It still says that in the Chinese patch notes, not the Blizzard notes. Big surprise. The Blizzard one said daily. That would be absolutely awesome if that was the case, but it is not. And it's just the continued time gating nonsense that we're accustomed to, unfortunately, at this point, with this game in particular. So there's that. And again, the Survivor's Bane, hit it up, get your extra tokens in, and keep a lookout. The same thing applies to the other events. Anytime you see, check them daily, because you never know. They all have different reset times. They all might reset at certain times, or, different days of the week. It's not always at the start of reset. This week for Survivor's Bane, it was. So this one was obviously right there to check right away, but Alley of Blood might have a chance of resetting here. This one actually might. This one might reset in the next day or two before it expires. So you might be able to do some more Alley of Blood and get some more tokens from this one as well. Just to recap. And this one, of course, I capped out on for the week, which sucks, and I would definitely get the crest, work your way down the list as you're going through these. But anyway, hope you guys hung around. Hope you guys kind of just, hear me out as far as what I had to say in this video. I do appreciate it. Again, if you made it all the way to the end, you know the word I said to mention, put it down in the comments and just confuse the hell out of people. It'd be great. But until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves out there, as always, in the real world on fire and on this game that's on fire right now in the background with all the bugs and whatnot. But as always, take care of yourselves. Until next time, one day at a time, see ya.